So I saw this nice little Zero Hedge article. We were just at 87 billion, I guess the day before, I don't know, you know, of money remaining that the Treasury can play with before it runs out of money from the debt ceiling nonsense. And now it's at 52 billion. Wonder if we can call Ukraine. Hey, how's it going? Think we can get some of that 100 billion back? Or is it 110, 20, 30? I don't even know. It doesn't matter. It's taxpayer money. Can we get some of that back? We need to go another month. We're going to be back by about another month. That'll last us another month if we could get that 100 bill back. What's that? I'm going to laugh my ass off? Why? You laundered it? Oh, of course you did. Of course you did. So we got 52 billion left. That's nothing. That's nothing. Where's the FDIC going to get the next bailout money from? From the next big bank that fails. These are the kind of numbers they're talking. 20, 30, 50, 100 billion. This bank's worth 220 billion. We're going to insure all deposits. Everyone relax. Everyone relax. Okay. So it got me to thinking. We are days away from that turning to zero. And maybe the first time in history, which I've told you about this many times on my channel, I said one day, I think, you know, I swear one of these days, they're not going to raise the debt ceiling. And it'll be on purpose. It'll be on purpose. And again, everything has to crash under Biden, can't be under Trump. So with all the news lately, Obama's implicated. Vice President Biden at the time, who's not president, is implicated with the whole Trump-Russia hoax. It's in the, according to the Durham report, that they were briefed on the matter of dealing with Trump by making this BS up. That's what the Durham report says. Having said that, you're about to see some fireworks as we continue on the rest of this month. So what happens to people's EBT cards? And there's a certain part of our society that is heavily reliant on an EBT card. A certain class citizen, if you will. And they are typically low on the totem pole. And they get a lot of government help. And these particular parts of town in which these types of people live in, you know, the less fortunate, if you will, aren't the best types of place you'd want to live and raise a family, as is under these current okay conditions. You go and take away the EBT card from working. What do you think it's going to be like to live in or even near that neighborhood, those neighborhoods, because there's many. And I said, you know, before I do this video, I better call Woo Dude, because I'm pretty sure it was him, maybe not in the very last live stream of a couple of days ago, but it was the one before that, for sure. You know, he said it numerous times ago, but I think it was maybe the one before that in particular that I'm thinking about, where he said he didn't have a dream, it wasn't a psychic reading, it was a vision Spirit gave him. And in the vision, he says, he goes, it was a Walmart. I'm pretty certain it was a Walmart. And I'm watching people standing in line, and this guy gets there with a cart full of groceries, full of food. And he said that a young girl was behind the counter, you know, the register working it, and says, you know, something like, it won't take the card, or the card's no good, or, you know, something of that nature. He says the scene changes, and the store is basically being ransacked. He said what they showed me reminded me of like when we used to see these stupid, ridiculous Black Friday scenes where there's a mob of people outside. As soon as they open the doors, they crush through the doors, trampling people to get their effing, you know, cheap LED, whatever TV, you know, 50, 80 inch, 70 inch, whatever TV screen. Nonsense, you know, Black Friday, oh my God. He goes, that's what the scene looked like. But it wasn't Black Friday. People were loading their carts and exiting the store in a Black Friday manner. Rampaging in, rampaging out. Absolute destruction. EBT card problem. So, he says, did you see that news today about, I think it was in Chicago, where a group of, punks, thugs got out of a car, middle of the street, started robbing people? Well, do you guys recall Penny Kelly in her, I think, last look-see, and recently in a remote viewing session from the crypto viewing guys, same scene, cars, what looked like on an interstate, backed up, stopped, due to a, we'll do the quote, accident in front of them, which was staged by the criminals, the gangs, so that they can stop all the cars and go one by one and quickly rob them. So we just got a little taste of that apparently today. Wasn't exactly on an interstate from what I understand, but I believe it was in Chicago, like he said, on some street somewhere. I'm not 100% sure if it was the interstate. I don't believe it was. I believe it was in the street. But again, it's coming. There's your first little taste. That right there is what Cliff High would consider a temporal marker. Hey, when you see this, where it's like, okay, there's this little thing over here, it represents a big thing over here. So when you see the little thing, oh yeah, it happened, but it wasn't a big deal, so what? Well, so what? It's just a temporal marker. It means this thing over here is coming now. And that's a big deal, right? You could look at it that way. So I gave him a call real quick, woo-woo dude. I'm like, hey, well, that was you, right? He goes, yeah, I've said it probably 4 or 5 times now. And he goes, and just so you know, it wasn't a dream or like a reading. It was a vision. Spirit showed me a vision. And I said, well, so you were in a Walmart in a not so great area per se. He goes, yeah, that was the vision. And I go, okay. I said, well, that's interesting because just a few days ago, or maybe it was several, whatever, I had a dream. I had a dream. It was not an awesome dream. I was in a, I don't feel like I was in the ghetto, but I felt like I was in a low-income neighborhood. Not the ghetto, okay, where they're typically in these Section 8 apartments that are known to be, ghetto, etc. by the whole area. It was like a house. I was in a house, so I was in a neighborhood, but I just knew, like, this isn't the greatest neighborhood. And Spirit puts me in there, and it's like, oh, this is my house. But as I'm in there, I already know, like, Spirit's showing me this as if it's mine and this is me and living in my house, but it's not, but they're just trying to present something to me, so just pay attention. Go with the flow. And I'm being robbed by a bunch of black guys. Younger guys, not old guys, 20s, 18s, I didn't feel like they were real young, but, I'm not talking like young teenagers, but, 18, 19, 20, 20s, and it's a gunfight. And I'm shooting them in the face. Like I'm, again, just a dream. I'm shooting them in the face. They're not dying. I need a heavier duty weapon. I need bigger ammo. I'm looking through my stuff to see what I got. What do I got? Okay, here's a pistol that's got these big caliber, bullets. Let me use that. Can't kill the guys. Can't stop them. They just keep coming. And I mean, there's just a few of them, but they just kept, like they were just invincible to my bullets, even right in the face. And I think, like at one point I was trying to like bargain with one of them, because it's like, well, they're robbing me. Let me try to not die, first of all, and let me bargain with them somehow. And it was, I think I ended up jumping out of the window or getting into a car and like trying to flee. Ultimately, like I just had to leave the scene. Like there's nothing I can do. They won't die. I'm shooting them. They're not dying. I have to leave. I can't win. So I'm leaving this house, which was my house in the dream, and I'm fleeing the whole area. But it was a gunfight. And I've had, since that time, that dream, maybe even just before it and just after it, other gunfight dreams. One of the gunfight dreams, I wanted a sniper rifle, if you will, a nice rifle with a nice scope. And I remember thinking to myself in the dream, I want the most badass, long-range, scope, whatever rifle I can get, a combination. But the rifle has to be known to be very accurate at extremely long distances. That's what I wanted in this other dream. And so much so, I woke up and I'm like, let me just do a little research. What kind of rifles are out there these days? And there's a few out there that are shockingly far accuracy, but I didn't buy one. But, you know, I've got stuff here that I'm pretty happy with. But again, just they're letting me know. And again, remember the dream with Trump getting arrested, and then it went right into me going into my gun safe going, okay, which one of these handguns am I going to start concealed carrying? Because I'm going to need it. Not because I'm trying to take my country back or fight the government or anything like that. It's because Trump was arrested, and that is, again, a temporal marker, if you will, of my kind, because I'm the dreamer, where it means when this happens, get ready, because other things that are going to lead to some bad stuff happen, okay? So here's you in your dream opening your gun safe, taking out, I think, 3 different pistols, and deciding, I don't think I want the smaller caliber one anymore. You know, maybe I'll take a little bit bigger caliber gun, you know, weapon, bigger ammo. And I'm going to conceal carry that one. And I do have a permit here in Florida. So in a place like Chicago or New York City, where you can't have an effing gun on you. Oh, it's illegal, no handguns, no guns. It's going to be effing chaos. You're going to hear stories of people being brutalized and robbed at levels in which you would think you're watching a Mad Max TV show, I think we're going to hear about. When those EBT cards go down, you can expect what I just told you. And I'm here to just give you a quick warning that it may happen. Now, we've always seen them kick the can down the road. Okay, we came to a short-term debt ceiling and it'll last us another 2 months. So we got 2 months of spending until it's time to pull the trigger. And I don't know when that is. I'm not in charge. I'm not, you know, part of Trump's inner circle where I go, oh, now they're going to do it. But remember, that old debt system has to die. And it cannot be done when Trump becomes the next president. And you may think I'm talking 2024. Well, I think some of these things might have to happen a whole lot sooner. So just be freaking prepared, okay? Take care.